I'm a $3 million per year Amazon seller that's been wrongfully activated, and Amazon is refusing to help. My name is Braden Sky, and I need help from somebody in either the account health department or the Amazon executive relations team to look at my case. In November 2024, I received threatening buyer messages telling me that another seller hired a service to get my account shut down if I didn't stop selling on a listing that they were selling on. The messages said that if I didn't comply, they would get my account permanently deactivated and my funds permanently withheld. 30 days later, I got my account deactivated and my funds permanently withheld. The deactivation was for violating Amazon's dropshipping policy. I didn't do it, and I have all the documentation to prove that I didn't do it because I own all of my inventory prior to being sold, and most of my sales come in through FBA. No matter how much documentation I submit, all my appeals are constantly being rejected, and all my attempts at communication with Amazon are being ignored. I've had a couple Amazon employees tell me that the people responsible for viewing my appeals aren't looking at my documents. They're not opening the documents. So I want to request that somebody looks at my case objectively. My most recent case ID is 18801834381. I have a couple documents. I'm going to try to show you them really quickly. These are the first of the threatening messages. Actually, this is the first of the threatening message coming from Roberto. It has attached an order number and it says the lawyer's letter has been sent. Check the picture by yourself. Delete our ASIN from your account within 1 day. Otherwise, you will bear the consequences with two attachments. The attachments are basically a threatening letter saying, hey, the get off the ASIN, right here, owned by BB Company. This is the ASIN. The ASIN is still up. The seller is a big seller. This SKU alone does 500,000 in revenue per month, and to my knowledge, I haven't faced any consequences from doing this. This is the second message. I'm going to skip past some of it. It says, "Hello, we are the service provider. We received an invitation from the seller to attack your account because you sold this listing. If you don't sell this listing within 40 days, I will not attack you again. But if you continue selling the listing, we will buy a lot of your products. We will just keep complaining. After that, I will not cancel any order. How much goods you lose, how much money you will lose, and all your accounts will be blocked or even the funds will be frozen." Um, this is the third message I got. Same person. It says, "I've warned you twice already. I've canceled 4 orders. However, I have not received any reply until now. This is the last reminder. However, this account must stop selling this listing for more than 40 days because my service is only for 40 days. You're only given 24 hours to choose. 24 hours later, if I still see you selling this listing, even for more than a second, I will always purchase the products of your account, no less than 100 orders. I have lots of buyer accounts. It's easy to make a big loss and close your account. Even if you stop after 24 hours, we will keep complaining until your account is shut down. I can assure you there's an absolute and permanent freeze on funds. This is your last reminder. Good luck." And um, his assurance was correct that it has been an absolute and permanent freeze on funds. These are the order numbers that he purchased from me. They actually were purchased from my account and canceled. Um, I have a sheet where I have all of the documents or all of the orders that I sold 90 days prior to the deactivation notice. I have this sheet. It's attached in my plan of action. I'm only going to go through one of the SKUs, but all of the ASINs can be seen. But basically, total units purchased is one, total units sold FBM is one. I have the invoice number, the units purchased, the card I use, the invoice amount, the date purchased from the supplier, the tracking number to the 3PL, the date delivered to the 3PL. Then here's the order number on Amazon of the date that's sold. And then they have the difference between the date delivered to the 3PL and the date sold. For this product, it was 18 days. For this product, 39, 42, 42 with an average of 41, 32, 37, 42, 61, 30, all the way down to where the total average of days that I've had the units in stock before being sold is 67.1 days that I had the products in my 3PL before I sold it on Amazon. This is my registered shipping address. This is the same shipping address that's on all of my packages. It's the same shipping address that's on all of my invoices. 5 Forbes Road, Suite 1512. Here's an example of my invoice: sold to Braden Sky, shipped to Braden Sky, 5 Forbes Road, Suite 1512. All of my invoices are the same um, address. I also included my billing statements, Braden Sky Ventures, Braden Sky, showing all of my transactions, and I've highlighted the transactions for that one. Tesla, $45, 1112. So these are the invoices and billing statements for this ASIN. I have the exact same thing provided for all of the ASINs that I sold 90 days before the deactivation notice. I have proof of inventory. Here's the products that I have physically stored in my 3PL. You can see right here, FBM, 1512, Ship Simple, Braden Sky Ventures, LLC. I've got, some more pictures of it. Same thing, just different products that I have stored in my 3PL. Because I don't drop ship, I own my inventory prior to it being sold. Right here, I have a picture of all the ways that my products are being sold, either in a plain unbranded cardboard box or in a poly mailer. If you zoom in, you can see that the seller of record on all the shipping labels is Braden Sky Ventures LLC, 5 Forbes Road, Suite 1512. And then I redacted customer information. This is what my shipping labels look like. This is the same for every order that I shipped. I purchased my labels through Vico. The order number's right here. I have the order number in my POA. I have all of the shipping labels that I used in my POA. With the order number and with the delivery showing, waiting collection October 2nd, delivered October 3rd, with me being the seller of record. It's the same address on all of the packages that I shipped. I have invoices and bank statements to my 3PL. So here's the invoice from my 3PL. It shows all the services that they provided me. The total was $5,177. Here's my billing statement. That's me right there, Braden Sky Ventures LLC. And here's the charge for that, 5177. I have that matching all of the invoices. So this is a clear attack from a seller that has successfully put me out of business. Real quick explanation of my business model. I buy products directly from the brand. I ship them to my 3PL and I sell them mostly on FBA. Occasionally I sell products FBM after the inventory is confirmed as delivered and received by my 3PL. When I fulfill FBM, my 3PL purchases, or they buy and they print the shipping label from Vico, and they ship the products in plain unbranded boxes with me as the seller of record. I have those pictures shown already as well. I want to be clear, I do not drop ship. Um, in quarter four of 2024, here's my FBM orders. I had over 10,000 orders FBA. I had over 10,000 orders FBA. It was the majority of the ways that I would fulfill order. A small fraction of the orders I would do FBM. Quarter four, 224. So it's a tiny percentage of my business. Less than 2% of my orders in Q4 of last year were FBM. To my knowledge, if I was a drop shipper, I wouldn't be doing FBA volume, especially not the way that I was doing it. Here's my storefront. I have a 99% positive lifetime rating, 190 total ratings. I don't have any complaints from any customer saying anything indicating that I drop shipped. And in my voice of the customer, I don't have anything indicating that I drop shipped. But this is a recent screenshot, and it would have reset because I've been deactivated for almost a year. Here's everything that I've tried to do already. I've paid over $7,000 in consulting fees to 3 different lawyers to get help and getting advice on how to get reinstated and drafting POAs. All of them agree that my case is black and white, and they're surprised that I still haven't been deactivated. In total, on my most recent plan of action, I submitted 472 pages worth of documents. In total, I've done 13 appeals. All of them have been rejected with the vague copy and paste reason saying you need to submit more evidence. No matter how many times I've tried, I can't get Amazon to tell me which documents I'm not submitting. Um, in an attempt to do that, I've done 34 phone calls with seller support. The average is an hour. The most recent was about 2 hours. I've constantly been given incorrect and conflicting information by people that seem like they just want to get me off the phone. I've also, the last two reps that I've talked to have told me that the people that are reviewing my appeals aren't even opening my documents. The case IDs for that are right here. It's I think I got to go this way so you can see it. 1-874-958-4931. And the second case ID is 1-8-801-834-381. I've also done 5 executive escalations. All of them were ignored entirely, besides one. They said that they did receive the appeal, then they never responded. I tried following up with them, nothing. I tried reaching out to Amazon seller help 10 times for this issue. Originally, they said they would help me escalate my case if the issue continues. The issue continued. They completely changed their mind out of nowhere. They said there's nothing they can do, and they started ignoring all of my follow-ups. I've tried contacting Amazon through the Better Business Bureau 7 times. The goal of that was to try to get someone to tell me which documents that I need to submit to prove that I didn't drop ship. Any documents that they tell me, I'll be happy to provide. All they gave me was copy and paste deactivation notices saying you need to submit more documents and not telling me specifically what. I contacted 4 members of Senate and 2 members of Congress to request a an inquiry to Amazon's government relations team. The office of Senator Jackie Rosen from Nevada helped, and that's the only time that I've ever gotten um, a non-copy and paste response from Amazon. That's the only time that I've gotten helpful information. Um, the Senate inquiry said that the following 3 documents are missing from my appeal. Letters of authorization. I don't have letters of authorization, but all my suppliers are either the brand themselves or authorized retailers. They also want me to provide an explanation of the logistics issues that caused me to drop ship. I can't send this because I didn't have any logistics issues that caused me to drop ship because I never drop shipped. They're also requesting documentation of third-party drop shipping agreements. Same thing. I can't send documentation of third-party drop shipping agreements because I don't have any drop shipping agreements. I don't drop ship. I provided all the other documents that have been requested from me. I'll be happy to provide any other documents that are requested of me. I just need to be told which documents that I need to submit. Amazon, please help me. I've been dealing with this for over almost a year now. Please have an executive look into my case. If they're still not convinced that I didn't drop ship, please have someone communicate with me which documents that I need to submit that will prove that I didn't drop ship. I'll be happy to provide any documents they're requesting besides these 3 because I didn't drop ship. Um, if you work at Amazon and you're still watching this, thank you for looking at my case. Again, my most recent case ID is 18801834381. I don't know which direction I need to go. If you don't work at Amazon and you're still watching this, please do me a favor. Share this video so someone at Amazon can see it. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you for watching.